Hello, triathletes and runners. Welcome, Monday, February 10th, 2020. I am right now ready to go for a run here. I am by Costco, and I'm at the multi-purpose trail. I will be doing a 6-mile run, but before that, I was just notified this morning that the worst holiday of the year is coming up. Yeah, that would be Friday. That would be February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's not because I'm single. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of glad that I'm single. I can save up whatever money that I was going to waste on a dinner or roses or whatever on another race entry fee for, I would figure the Nationals. I would need that for the Nationals. It's probably better than a dinner. I'm here to tell you about some tips to try to see if you can kind of survive Valentine's Day. For those who have girlfriends, wives, significant others, etc., that have to go through this painstaking process of trying to please them, budgetable, so that you can save as much money as you can for that more all-important race fee that's coming, the race registration that's coming up. So I just want to make sure you guys are good at this, okay? All right, number one, try to see if you could get your girlfriend to go on a Saturday, February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. This way you can avoid all that inflation and the expensive prefix menus, Valentine's Day prefix menus in the restaurant. And they resort back to a normal price menu. Okay, the normal menus that they have at the prices. You could do that. You could definitely save a couple of bucks, and you still take your significant other, your sweetheart, out to a nice dinner, and everything is good. Because February 14th. What's the number? Who chose this? Yeah, does it have to be February 14th? Really? Because someone says, society tells you that this day is February 14th, a Hallmark day, that you want to go out. No, you're going to treat her out to a day on the same weekend, okay? It's going to be cheaper for you. This way you can save up that money for the registration fee for one of the triathlons or ultramarathons that you do. And, like I said, saving, that's where the money should be spent, okay? All right. If that doesn't work and your significant other wants to go on February 14th, well, you can kind of try to see if you can go with some fine dining at a Wendy's or a White Castle. Okay? You got some real fine dining there. It's only going to cost maybe about $6 for head. A little bit more maybe if you need to get some more fries. Because, fries, there's nothing more romantic than putting salt on each other's fries. Okay, so I figure that maybe get a bag of sliders if you're going to White Castle, and maybe if you go to Wendy's. Wendy's is a little bit more upscale, so maybe you have to spend an extra $1. If you really need to treat your sweetheart really nice, Wendy's might be better than White Castle. Okay. So anyway, that might be the way to go. Then you can save a lot of money for your registration for the triathlon that's coming up during the triathlon summer season. Okay? If that doesn't work, well, we got a fortunate thing about this. Now, Valentine's Day comes on a Friday. Now remember, your ordinary training, Saturday and Sunday, that's where most athletes put their normal long runs and rides on. Okay? You might just get away with saying to your sweetheart, hey, I got an 80-mile bike ride coming up. I know it's going to be indoors on the trainer. I'm going to spend about 4 or 5 hours on the trainer. I need to get up early, and I really can't go out on Valentine's Day. And then you can kind of try to pop in the other two tips. Okay, we're talking about we can't go that night. Maybe we could go on Saturday night, or maybe we could go to that White Castle so that I could get home early, so I could get that all-important ride in. Because remember, not you really do love me, and I'm very fit, and I want to make sure that I maintain my fitness so that I can love you even more. All right, so that's what I'm looking at right now. Okay, and I figure that if you get that done, I would figure those would probably give you maybe a 10% chance, which is probably better than 0. So it might just work. What's the use of not trying, right? I mean, so you're going to be in the doghouse for one night. Big deal. Okay? But then again, your sweetheart might just care about you, say, oh, I'm sorry, maybe we should do this. I don't want to interrupt your training. You could go out on that 20-mile run on Saturday. I'm sorry. We'll hold that till the next day. I really love you, and I want to make sure that I can accommodate you. All right? So that's basically the tips that I'm going to give you. I'm sorry that this world's worst holiday is coming up. It's a Hallmark day, but so those are the tips I'm going to give you. I hope they do work. I give it about a 10% chance of doing it, but then again, it's better than 0%. And just by offering it, who knows, you might get a slim chance of maybe getting put into the doghouse for one night. Big deal. Okay? You give her a rose the next day, which is going to be cheaper than Valentine's Day, and you make up, kiss and make up, and everything will be right in the world. But this is Iron Pete, Coach Iron Pete, signing off. Peace.